Bubbles like this are a sign of a very painful problem, and hopefully in this video we are going to fix that issue.
And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you.
This cow has been playing in the sawdust.
Look at the state of you!
On our way to the crush, she jumped in the sawdust pile and had we play around for 5 minutes. That's not why we're seeing her today though.
That is why.
This cow is currently dry, which means she is not milking just now, because she is due to give birth to her calf in a few weeks' time. Farmers dry off cows like this around 6 weeks before they calf, but this one has an issue on the inside claw of this front foot. An issue which sees her walking very slowly and in a lot of pain. These cows are kept in a completely separate barn from the rest of the herd. They are checked on every single day and they're fed and watered constantly, so this was picked up very quickly indeed, which is why her feet aren't overgrown. But that being said, they are still incredibly sore. The fluid seeping out of these puncture marks as I trim builds up a huge amount of pressure inside the hoof capsule, and that pressure is what causes all of the pain. It's incredibly hard to know exactly what has caused a problem like this, but we do know exactly how to fix it. I need to uncover the true extent of the cavity, which is currently out of sight, so that nothing can get trapped in that void, and I need to manage the weight of this cow. When I say that, what I mean is, I need to manage the weight on the problem area of this foot by transferring all of her weight onto a part of her foot that is not sore.
Look at that.
First though, I do need to uncover the entirety of this problem. This foot gives us a really visual example of which parts of the hoof are soft and easy to cut, and which parts need much more force put through the knife in order to remove that hoof horn. The inner part, the part that is lovely and white, is much softer. That's solar hoof horn. And the part around the edge that I need to put a huge amount of pressure through is wall horn. And they're two different substances, both made from keratin, the exact same thing that our hair and our nails is made from. We are now starting to see the root of the problem, but there's a lot more work to uncover and clear up what is clearly a bit of a mess. Although the solar hoof horn is easier to cut than the wall horn, because Scotland is having very dry conditions right now, the sole horn is also giving me issues.
It's so hard, it's unbelievable.
This trim is turning out really nicely, but part of being a hoof trimmer is ensuring that you check absolutely every avenue possible for a problem to be manifesting. And all is not as it seems right now. This trim is about to get a whole lot more in depth. Although I knew this was a white line problem, initially I thought it was confined to the sole part of her foot, in other words where the white line meets the very bottom of her foot, but as it turns out, and as we can all see now, it actually tracks right up the inside of the wall horn and bursts out at the coronet. That dark patch you can see where I'm trimming right now is exactly where this white line problem began. It will have started as a bruise, and because that wall horn doesn't flex, it needs to burst out either the top or the bottom, and in this case, it's chosen both routes. You can see I've removed the entire portion of wall horn from the very tip of the coronet, where the hair meets the skin and the hoof actually grows, all the way down to her sole. No wonder she is so sore. I'm determined not to leave any flapping loose hoof horn. I don't want anywhere that manure, dirt, debris, bacteria or anything even similar to it can hide and cause an additional problem. So although it looks like I'm taking tiny little slithers of hoof, because I am, these little slivers of hoof make the difference between a fully healed hoof and reverting back to how it is right now. Problematic and sore. This trim is turning out pretty well. I'm happy that I've got most of the hoof horn, if not all of it, completely removed. However, when I go to prepare this outer claw ready for the block to be glued on, I find a small track of cracking hoof horn and start to worry that this could also be a problem. Luckily though, the grinder takes care of it completely and it dissipates to absolutely nothing, meaning that this outer hoof is fit enough and strong enough to take my block and to take the weight of the cow above it. I don't mention my glue all that much, but it is absolutely fantastic, and if anyone's watching this who would like to try it or like to become a dealer, then just head to thehoofgp.com and look for the picture of the glue where you can find out all the details you'll need. Right, all that's left to do for this little cow is wrap her foot up with some Repoderma and salicylic acid and then routine trim her other 3 feet. She's already in, so we might as well make sure they also are in tip-top condition.
My harmonies are broken. It's like I lost my wings. My heart is only playing on a single string. I gambled every token. I thought that we could win, but still my heart is playing on a single string. A single string.
And now that all 4 of her feet have been attended to, it's time to see whether or not releasing all of that pressure and applying a block has made a difference or not. At first she's slightly uneasy on it, almost clumsy, but she quickly gets the hang of it and is now walking like a true champion.